no doubt that the 4th of July is a fun time to gather with friends and family, and it's always a good idea to keep some finger foods around to keep everyone happy because they eat like they've never had a meal. We have some great ideas with Jolie Bailey of Low Country Cuisine. Do I call you Jolie or Jolie?
Jolie.
Jolie.
Yes.
I like that. You've got sliders.
I do.
Deviled eggs. And these little bitty buns.
Yes.
Look at these little bitty buns. Can you see these? Where do you get these?
Actually, there's a bakery here in town that makes them custom for us.
They do?
They do.
All right, let's let you show your beautiful food and tell us about it.
Okay, so 4th of July, what's better to celebrate than family, freedom, and food, right? So when I was trying to figure out what kind of finger foods do I want to do, I looked at our wedding catering menu, I looked at our corporate menu, and I also looked at our gourmet takeaway menu. And these 3 items were at the top of the list
Of the
all
list
the time.
that people like so much.
That people like to order. So I said, I'll do these 3.
Okay, let's start with the deviled eggs.
Yes, so now this is not your ordinary deviled egg.
What makes it different?
This is our BLT deviled egg.
It's got bacon in it?
B
Bacon
is for bacon. Yes. So what we did for the L, for the lettuce, is fresh parsley, and there's tomato. And
A
all that
little
in there.
sliver of tomato.
A little slither of tomato, just to have a wonderful presentation there.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Did you do them in a pastry bag?
Exactly. That's my tip. If you want them to look full and even and beautiful for presentation, use a pastry bag.
A lot of people are afraid of it, but I think once you get it in your hands, you kind of figure out. I mean, you know, you make the first squirt and you think, oh, well, I need to back up or whatever.
Right. Think about squeezing a tube of toothpaste.
Now, what have you got here? These little, what are these?
These are
these little cherry tomatoes?
Those are grape tomatoes, actually.
What's the difference?
Cherry tomato is more round, and a grape tomato is more
oblong.
Yes, like a grape.
Oval.
Right. And so everybody these days has all these different dietary restrictions. Don't eat meat, don't eat pork. So it's always good when you're entertaining to think about your guests. Think about the vegetarians and the vegans and all those people.
You're right.
So this is...
Or they can just go somewhere else.
Well, they could, but...
I'm not sure I want to fool with all those different types of people.
Well, see, let me tell you, this is easy. So you can do this the morning of, and I'm going to actually let you do one.
Okay. You've got...
What we have here is a little bamboo skewer, and you can use a toothpick if you don't have...
All right, now do I put a tomato on first?
Yes. So we do it backwards.
Okay.
Like this.
Oh, I pick it up.
Pick it up and just thread it through the skewer.
Thread it on. All right.
And then we take a piece of the fresh mozzarella.
How good is this?
And that goes on.
All right.
And then the last thing is the other tomato. You do it the opposite way.
Yes, you cap it.
Just like that.
And then you open your mouth and you go.
You forgot the sauce. We got to get the sauce. It's probably really good without the sauce,
It doesn't need sauce.
We just have a little balsamic vinaigrette, some extra virgin olive oil. I'd say put this on maybe 30 minutes before your first guest arrives.
That is so good.
So that it doesn't wilt your fresh basil. And then you just garnish it with a little more fresh basil and a little kosher salt and fresh ground pepper.
And look how precious that is. Where do you get the little bamboo skewers?
You can get these at Party City or anywhere like that. And even some of the grocery stores are carrying things like this.
Okay, now you've got little tiny meatballs here.
Well, these are actually little burgers. So let me show you what I use. I used 2 pounds of ground beef.
Okay.
And this is a 1 ounce scooper.
All right.
And this is so that all of your burgers are the same size.
Do you put any filling in the meat or just plain meat?
I put in some seasoned salt, some Worcestershire sauce, and the key is the liquid smoke.
Liquid smoke is the key. That is great.
Yeah, so what I would do is, if you have one of those electric griddles that you can plug up, I would do all my burgers on the electric griddle, so you can do a lot of them.
You could do them on a panini, too, couldn't you?
You could do that, too.
Only it'd mash them down.
Yeah, you don't want to mash them down, but if you don't put it down, you can flip them.
Okay.
So you flip them over on the other side for about a minute. Then you pop them in the oven after you put your smoked Gouda cheese on there. Pop them in the oven.
Smoked Gouda cheese.
Yep, so you can melt them and then toast your buns.
Oh, these buns.
Here's your mayo, ketchup, and mustard.
Mayo, ketchup, and mustard. Wait a minute.
Squeeze it.
Squeeze it.
There you go. Put it on there.
Now, if you I have a big mouth, but not that big. Can I cut that little meatball in half? I gotta go. I'm gonna eat this meatball. And here's the deal. You can do all of this food. You can catch this wonderful woman by going to dthebroadcast.tv and find out more.